Cozy garden charm. Easy Grandmacore ideas with cottage garden style. Cozy garden charm begins with simplicity and sentiment. With Grandmacore aesthetics, your outdoor space transforms into a nostalgic, lived-in retreat that's both beautiful and functional. This video guides you through simple, actionable steps to bring vintage personality to your garden using the timeless appeal of cottage garden style. From upcycled treasures to blooms that sing of yesteryear, we'll show you how to blend comfort, charm, and creativity in every corner of your garden. No fluff, just quick, easy-to-follow visuals and tips that make your garden feel like grandma's porch on a warm Sunday morning. Let's dive in. Use mismatched vintage pots for instant charm. Start by collecting old pots. Look for chipped terracotta, floral china, or painted enamel at thrift stores or flea markets. Arrange them in odd numbers for a casual, balanced look. Fill each with soft, trailing greens like ivy, or sweet-smelling herbs like thyme and chamomile. Place them along your path or near a bench. Don't worry about perfection, the more character, the better. Mix pot heights and colors for a layered storybook feel. A little moss growth or fading glaze only adds charm. Make sure each pot has proper drainage and cluster them by theme or color for added effect. Look for pots with floral decals or hand-painted designs. These add the ultimate Grandmacore flair. Plant these classic cottage garden flowers. Choose flowers that bloom in soft layers. Foxgloves, delphiniums, hollyhocks, and lavender are must-haves. Plant them in curved beds or narrow borders along fences. Leave enough space for each to sway gently in the breeze. Water deeply but infrequently to build root strength. Pair tall stalks with low-growing companions like forget-me-nots or alyssum. Use compost-rich soil and mulch lightly to retain moisture. These blooms not only beautify, but also invite bees and butterflies, perfect for a living, breathing garden space. Group plants by height and color for that layered grandma's border look. Tall in back, short in front. Add hollyhocks and foxgloves for height and color. Start by choosing a sunny back border area of your garden. Dig holes at least 12 inches apart for hollyhocks and foxgloves. Place taller varieties near fences or walls. Their vertical growth will add a dramatic, romantic layer to your cottage garden setup. Stake them early to support the tall stalks, and deadhead faded blooms to encourage more flowering. Choose colors like blush, buttercream, and lavender to stick with the Grandmacore palette. Combine with soft grasses or white daisies for balance. Sow hollyhock seeds in late summer for blooms next year. They're biennial but worth the wait. Repurpose a vintage bench for a cozy corner. Look for an old bench with peeling paint or weathered wood. Don't refinish too much. Place it in a shaded spot under a tree or by climbing roses. Add old cushions or a folded knit blanket for comfort. Surround it with potted herbs or wildflowers to make it feel tucked in. Hang a small mirror or frame on a nearby wall for reflection and depth. It's not just seating, it's your garden's heart. Use waterproof fabric or outdoor pillow covers with vintage floral prints to stay Grandmacore year-round. Add lace or crochet to outdoor furniture. Drape vintage lace doilies or small crochet throws over the backs of chairs. Use clothespins or safety pins to secure them from wind. Keep fabrics light in airy white, cream, or soft pastel. Protect the fabric by spraying with a light waterproof fabric guard. Replace with fresh cloths each season for a new look. Add teacups or vases nearby for a complete vintage vignette. Look for damaged lace tablecloths at thrift stores. You can cut and reuse sections as accents. Turn an old tea cart into a garden station. Find a metal or wood tea cart at a second-hand shop. Clean it thoroughly and paint in a soft garden tone like mint or ivory. Add small terracotta pots, shears, seed packets, and watering cans to the shelves. Use the top tier as a planting surface and the bottom for storage. Wheels make it easy to move around your garden. Finish with a little doily or floral tray liner for an extra touch of grandma. Add hooks or magnetic strips to the cart sides for extra tool storage with style. Paint vintage furniture soft sage or cream. Choose furniture with ornate lines like spindle chairs or plant stands. Sand lightly and paint using chalk or milk paint in sage green, buttercream, or dusty rose. Use a dry brush for that worn, aged look. Once dry, seal with a matte finish or leave it raw for that imperfect charm. Place your painted piece beside potted flowers or under a tree canopy for best visual impact. Use 2 layers of different tones, then distress with sandpaper to reveal undercolors. Drape lace curtains for a DIY canopy. Hang sheer lace curtains from tree branches or a simple wooden frame. Use twine, clips, or a curtain rod for easy attachment. Choose white or faded floral lace for soft light diffusion. Add cushions or a bench underneath to create a dreamy nook. Incorporate fairy lights or hanging jars with tea candles to enhance evening charm. Use thrifted sheer curtains or tablecloths for a low-cost setup with high impact. Use fairy lights for a magical glow. String soft white fairy lights through shrubs, arches, or around furniture. Opt for battery-powered or solar to avoid messy cords. Coil lights into jars or vases for a glowing tabletop accent. Use warm white instead of cool tones for a soft, nostalgic glow. Wrap them around bird cages, wicker baskets, or metal trellises for whimsical detail. Choose waterproof LED strands to keep the magic going through rain and dew. Hang embroidery hoops with floral fabrics. Stretch vintage floral or lace fabric inside embroidery hoops of varying sizes. Trim excess fabric neatly and attach string or ribbon for hanging. Display them on fences, sheds, or even tree trunks. Group them in odd numbers for better visual balance. Combine different patterns like florals, gingham, and lace for added texture. They're easy to swap out each season. Add pressed flowers or handwritten quotes to the fabric for a personalized touch. Display garden tools the Grandmacore way. Mount a wooden board or picket fence section near your potting area. Hang vintage tools using iron hooks or nails. Arrange neatly or scatter for a curated clutter look. Sand and clean tools lightly, but leave some rust or wear for character. Label with handwritten tags or stencil floral shapes for whimsy. Look for brass or wooden-handled tools. They age beautifully and add authenticity. Paint old tools with pastel handles. Clean old garden tools with steel wool and dry them fully. Tape off the metal parts and use chalk paint or spray paint in pastel tones like lilac, mint, or baby blue. Let them dry in sunlight for a matte finish. Once dry, seal with matte clear spray for durability. Display in baskets, hang on fences, or store in painted crates for a matching set. Add floral decals or stencils to elevate the cuteness even more. Create a teacup bird feeder in 3 easy steps. Step 1. Use strong epoxy to glue a teacup sideways onto its matching saucer. Step 2. Let dry overnight. Step 3. Thread chain or ribbon through holes in the saucer for hanging. Fill with birdseed and hang from a tree limb, pergola, or trellis. Choose floral porcelain to enhance the cottage look. Watch as birds add even more life to your garden nook. Add a dab of silicone to secure seed in high wind areas. Add a layered look with mixed floral linens. Layer tablecloths, napkins, or scarves with different floral prints. Combine muted and vibrant tones to create visual depth. Use lace-trimmed edges for added softness. Tuck linens into crate displays or picnic setups. They also work well draped over planter boxes or potting tables for a charming finish. Stick to a color family, like rose, cream, and sage for harmony, even when mixing prints. Use a ladder to hang plants and tools creatively. Find a wooden ladder with a rustic or peeling finish. Lean it against a wall or fence and hang potted plants, tools, or baskets from each rung. Secure with twine, hooks, or clothespins. Add a few vintage seed packets or dried herb bundles for decoration. This vertical display adds charm while saving space, perfect for small gardens. Use a clear sealant to weatherproof the wood without losing its vintage look. Decorate with repurposed doilies and napkins. Layer doilies under flower pots, lanterns, or teapots on garden tables. Sew old napkins together to create bunting, or use them to line plant baskets. Choose florals, lace, or embroidery patterns to match the cottage theme. Iron your doilies for crisp detail, or leave them wrinkled for a time-worn charm. Mix sizes and textures in clusters for visual appeal. They're a subtle yet sweet detail that adds depth. Use fabric stiffener spray to shape doilies into small bowls or hanging ornaments. Create a reading nook with vintage touches. Pick a shaded garden spot, then add a cozy chair with soft cushions and a crocheted throw. Place a small vintage side table nearby for tea and books. Use floral print pillows for a layered Grandmacore look. Add a small bookshelf or wooden crate filled with thrifted novels and old poetry. Surround the space with scented herbs or lavender pots for full sensory comfort. Clip a lace curtain to a nearby tree branch to act as a soft sunshade canopy. Surround seating with lavender and daisies. Plant lavender in clusters around seating areas for calming fragrance and soft purple color. Mix in daisies for a wild, joyful touch. Keep plants trimmed low to define the area without enclosing it. Place flower pots of lavender near armrests or tables for easy scent release. Combine with soft lighting or candles to enhance your evening garden vibe. Dry lavender bunches and tie them with lace to hang near seating for lasting aroma. Use enamelware for rustic garden storage. Gather old enamel pots, bowls, or basins from flea markets. Use them to hold gardening gloves, seed packets, or hand tools. Their chipped edges add to the rustic vibe. Arrange enamelware on wooden shelves or a small table beside your potting bench. Color coordinate in soft pastels or mix for a collected over time look. Add chalkboard labels or vintage tags for both function and flair. Line paths with broken china mosaic pieces. Gather chipped china plates or cups and break into pieces using a cloth-wrapped hammer. Line garden paths with a mosaic edge by embedding them in mortar or gravel. Use mostly floral or pastel ceramics for a charming effect. Create patterns or scatter randomly. Both bring unique beauty. Rinse with water once finished to reveal vibrant colors. Add clear sealant for longevity. Wear safety goggles and gloves when breaking china for safety and precision. Mix real flowers with pressed flower decor. Combine fresh-picked blooms in vases with frames or crafts showcasing pressed flowers. Arrange pressed petals in glass or resin for long-term display. This blend adds layers of natural texture to your decor. Hang pressed flower art on fences, garden sheds, or outdoor tabletops. Use dried flowers in jars beside fresh ones for a layered, time-worn charm. Press flowers between parchment paper and heavy books for 1 to 2 weeks for best results. Add a vintage mirror to reflect garden light. Choose a distressed or gilded frame mirror and hang it on a fence, wall, or shed. Position it to reflect greenery or flowers for added depth and brightness. Be sure it's weather resistant. Use mirrors with slight imperfections, they add to the old world charm. Secure tightly to avoid wind tipping. This trick makes small gardens appear larger and lusher. Place near climbing roses or vines to reflect blooms and double the effect. Use galvanized buckets for rustic planters. Drill drainage holes in the bottom of old galvanized buckets. Fill with potting soil and plant geraniums, herbs, or trailing ivy. Their dull metal finish adds a soft industrial edge to a soft garden. Line the inside with burlap to add texture and help soil stay moist. Arrange in groups of 3 or staggered steps for interest. Add ribbon or lace bows for a feminine touch. Use upside-down buckets as plant stands to add height to flower displays. Hang wind chimes made from vintage cutlery. Drill small holes in spoons, forks, or butter knives. Suspend with fishing line or wire from a wooden dowel or embroidery hoop. Mix sizes for a fuller chime sound. Hang from tree branches or porch overhangs where breeze can reach. Each chime has its own ring, offering a soothing soundtrack to your space. Add beads or charms to the string for color and sparkle in sunlight. Your Grandmacore garden is just one afternoon away. You don't need a massive budget or weeks of time, just a free afternoon and a few vintage finds. Choose 2 or 3 ideas and start small. Grandmacore is all about layering warmth and charm with what you already have. Mix old with new, soft with rugged, and natural with handcrafted. Whether it's lace, flowers, or tea sets, just let your personality bloom. You've already got the heart, now add the details. Host a mini garden tea party once you're done. It's the perfect reward and celebration. Thanks for watching Eterna Decor, where style is timeless and every space tells a story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for your decor inspiration. Until next time, stay creative and keep making your home uniquely yours.